10%. That is how much of your whole CC exam comes from domain 2, the smallest domain on the paper. And this lesson opens it. In the next few minutes, you will learn what actually counts as a security incident, the difference between 3 words the exam deliberately blurs, and the 4 phases every incident response follows, in order. Here is the open loop. Most people think an event, an incident, and a breach are just 3 names for the same bad day. They are not. The exam builds trick questions on that exact gap, and by the end of this video, you will spot it on sight. This is Objective 2.3, Incident Response, and you can expect it on your exam. Let me start with those 3 words, because getting them straight is half the marks. Picture a set of boxes, one nested inside the next. An event is the biggest box. An event is any observable occurrence in a system or network. A user logs in, a file is saved, a server reboots. Most events are completely harmless. That is the key thing. An event on its own is neutral. An incident sits inside that box. An incident is an event that actually or potentially harms your systems or data. And here's your first throwback. Remember the CIA triad from Lesson 1? Confidentiality, integrity, availability. An incident is any event that jeopardizes one of those 3 or breaks a security policy. So every incident is an event, but only a few events ever become incidents. A breach is the smallest box, tucked inside incident. A breach is a specific kind of incident where data is actually lost, exposed, or stolen. Confidential information gets out. So a breach is always an incident, and an incident is always an event. But it does not work in reverse. A reboot is an event, not an incident. A stolen, unencrypted customer database is all 3. Micro recap. Event, neutral and broad. Incident, an event that threatens CIA. Breach, an incident where data escapes. So when an incident hits, who actually deals with it? Not just whoever is nearest. A prepared organization builds a team before anything goes wrong. That team is the CSIRT, the Computer Security Incident Response Team. And it is not only techies. It pulls in security analysts, management, legal, human resources, and communications, all agreed in advance. Why in advance? Because the middle of a crisis is the worst possible time to work out who is in charge. That brings us to the heart of this lesson, the phases. Think of an incident like a fire in a building. There are 4 phases, and they always run in this order. Phase 1 is preparation. This is everything you do before the fire. You fit smoke alarms, you run drills, you build your CSIRT, and you write the plan. Preparation is the phase people skip, and the exam loves to reward it, because a response you did not plan for is a response you will fumble. Phase 2 is detection and analysis. The alarm goes off. Now you confirm there really is a fire, and not just burnt toast, and you work out how big it is and where it is spreading. Detecting the incident and understanding it. Both. Phase 3 is containment, eradication, and recovery. 3 actions, 1 phase. First you contain it, shutting the fire doors so it cannot spread. Then you eradicate it, putting the fire out and removing whatever caused it. Then you recover, rebuilding the room and reopening for business. Contain, cure, restore. Phase 4 is post-incident activity, also called lessons learned. Once the building is safe, you sit down and ask what went wrong and how to stop it happening again. Then you feed those lessons straight back into preparation, and the loop tightens. Here is your anchor for the order, and it is exam gold. Get ready, spot it, stop it, learn from it. Get ready is preparation. Spot it is detection and analysis. Stop it is containment, eradication, and recovery. Learn from it is post-incident activity. Time for a quick exam check. An analyst confirms malware is spreading across the network and immediately disconnects the infected servers to stop it reaching others. Which incident response phase is this? A. Preparation. B. Detection and analysis. C. Containment, eradication, and recovery. D. Post-incident activity. Pause the video and pick your answer. Ready? The answer is C. Containment, eradication, and recovery. Here is why. Disconnecting the infected servers to stop the spread is containment, the first move of Phase 3. Preparation happens before any incident exists, so A is out. Detection and analysis already finished the moment the analyst confirmed the malware, so B is the step just before this one. And post-incident activity is the review after recovery, not the action during it. so D is out. Watch for any move to stop the spread. Let me pull it together, exam checklist style. An event is any occurrence, usually harmless. An incident is an event that threatens confidentiality, integrity, or availability. A breach is an incident where data actually gets out. The CSIRT is the team you build in advance to respond. And the 4 phases run in one fixed order. Get ready, spot it, stop it, learn from it. One quick question to lock it in. A laptop is stolen, and it held an unencrypted list of customer names and card numbers. Event, incident, or breach? Say it out loud. Breach. Data was actually exposed, so it is the smallest box, and every breach is also an incident and an event. If you got that, the hardest part of this domain is already behind you. So that gap between event, incident, and breach that we opened with, you can now spot it on site. If this made incident response click, subscribe, because Domain 2 is landing in pass order. And to drill these phase questions until they are automatic, head to certcrush.app, where the CC question bank has a stack of them waiting. Next lesson, we tackle 2 terms the exam swaps on purpose to trip you up. Business continuity versus disaster recovery. One keeps the business running, the other brings it back.